Hey yo, at what point are we gonna drug test this nigga Pete Davidson? And I'm not talking about like regular drugs. I'm talking about like illegal pheromones. Like this nigga, I don't know what he's on, but like this nigga's pulling them. Like if this nigga wants to smoke weed, if this nigga wants to do coke. I know celebrities like to do coke and like other hard drugs. I hope he's not doing hard drugs. I hope he's healthy, whatever. But if he's having fun, have fun. But this nigga, this nigga this nigga has been like dealing with German scientists or something and getting his hands on illegal pheromones because like there's not a single white woman in Hollywood that this nigga can't get his hands on. This nigga's gonna be on Mount Rushmore of his generation, bro, and I can't do nothing but respect it, bro. I can like I would only be hating on this nigga if this nigga started pulling black women. Like honestly, bro, like if this nigga Pete Davidson pulled Janelle Monáe or some shit, I might blow my head off, dog. I couldn't accept that shit. He got to stay on one side of the line, bro. Like I'm advocating for segregation only in this instance. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see that happen, bro. Like I mean, like I'm all for interracial love unless I'm not, and in this case, I would not be, bro. Stay in your lane, bro. Like you have a magnificent lane. Like this nigga, like honestly, the Kim Kardashian one is impressive, but the most impressive one to me was Kate Beckinsale. Like, yeah, I mean, and if you a youngin, I mean, you don't really know who Kate Beckinsale is. Kate Beckinsale is one of them ones, but also Kate Beckinsale is like 44, right? And it's like the Kim shit is like they would at some point cross paths. I mean, they're in the same circles. I mean, she was on SNL like 3 weeks ago, so of course that's gonna happen. But the Kate Beckinsale shit was like, bro, like how did how did you guys cross paths? What was said, dog? Like it's crazy. I got nothing but respect for it. Congratulations to you, and I want to see you flourish even more. Unless you cross that line. You cross that line, bro, and we got smoke. Just don't cross that line, bro, because like what you've been doing is very impressive. Because this shit goes beyond like fame. You know what I mean? It's not that like he's pulling these women, yeah, I mean, because like at some level of fame, you're gonna be able to pull certain about women, and you, especially famous women, because you're gonna be interacting with more famous women, because you're gonna be interacting with famous women more than a regular nigga's gonna be interacting with famous women. But it's the number. Like this nigga has like his casting spells or some shit. I don't know what they put in the water in Staten Island other than racism, but shout out to that nigga. In fact, I hope they pump a little bit more racism in this nigga water, so he'll draw that line and just stay away from black women, bro. I can't accept that, bro. Like. Much love to you, though. And by the way, you are, of course, checked into the reigning, defending, undefeated, undisputed music podcast on this godforsaken planet, a little show we call Nobody Asked Shawn, hosted by none other than me, the Diamond Boy, Chicky Damani himself, Sean Murray, the Thin Black Duke, the Shogun's Decapitator, the Lisan Al Gaib, international heartthrob, heir to the Murray's hip hop unfortunate, of course, the first Jamaican in the Kentucky Derby. There was election day. I just want to apologize for believing in democracy. At any point over the last 4 years, like, you know what I mean? Like, I told niggas to vote for Biden, and I'm gonna have to wear that for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I understand the error of my ways. I was wrong. About that shit, man. Like, we shouldn't vote. We shouldn't pay taxes. We shouldn't live in America. We should all just take cyanide pills, man. Let's just get it over with, man. Like, this shit is. We are cooked. Like, the earth is cooked. Like, it's like, I mean, literally, temperature wise, it's being cooked. But it's just like, I just lost faith in like humanity on a large scale. Like, and I think that's what the solution is, nigga. At some point, we gotta stop living in a society, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we live in a society. What my novel presupposes is, what if we didn't? That's a Royal Tenenbaums reference, but it went over most of y'all head, but it's okay. The point is, like, I'm not even saying like we shouldn't live in like a civilized world, but I feel like we just gonna have to like stop living as like a global, like a fucking large scale like society, just living like little sects. You know what I mean? Like little fucking communities. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, that's the only way this shit's gonna be good. The world at large is not gonna improve under them circumstances, but like on the day-to-day life, your life will probably be a lot better. Like each individual, like especially anybody who listening to this podcast, like it's not like rich niggas listening to this shit. Like if the rich niggas life is it'd probably be worse under those circumstances. Or so they would believe. I had a conversation with somebody about capitalism, and it's like the idea is that like if niggas is anti-socialism and anti-communism because they think like your life would be worse if you had to share with everybody, which is like that's the problem. Niggas is just thinking like they have to live better than somebody else. Like you don't have to live better. Like everybody could just be fine. Like niggas be like they want to be rich. You can't really live really well in this country without other niggas living like shit. It's just true. Like I work a job that allows me to see some of the higher levels of wealth in this country, and it really puts into perspective how many levels between their life and my life there really are. You kind of think of society as like basically like three classes and then like three sub classes within those classes. So it's like upper class, middle class, lower class. You know what I mean? And you got lower class. You know, that's the true poverty, and then like middle lower class, and upper lower class. We don't ever really classify lower class in that way. It's usually just lower class, but it's got to be tiers, right? And then you got obviously lower middle class, just plain middle class, upper middle class, and so on, right? But like, nigga, it's a lot of tiers, bro. Cause like I be seeing niggas that I thought was living wells, like how they live, and then I see like the next few levels, like damn, nigga, I thought this was nice, nigga. Like, which really goes into that shit. My life is garbage. Like my life and pretty much everybody I know, even the niggas that's living alright, like your shit is really not like. But nigga, like if people really saw how much better rich people lived than us, I would want to say that we would revolt, but we wouldn't, because niggas don't give a fuck. But like, it's absurd, bruh. Like, it's absurd. I'm talking about, I was in a house the other day where they had spent $75,000 just on appliances in an already amazing house. Like, that's the type of world we living in, bro. Like, it's nasty out here, dog. Like, that's nigga $75,000 on appliances, dog. I don't even want to say what that number is in relation to my yearly earnings, but it's more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable saying that. Niggas know I'm not rich. And we'll get into that furthermore in a nobody's asked Shawn question, sending you questions, that was asked later on. But to live like that, niggas gotta live like shit. You know what I mean? Niggas like me and niggas that worse off than me. I'm grateful that I'm only living this bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful that I haven't got a PS5 yet, but I'm grateful that I'm in the market for a PS5. Does that make sense? Like, there are people out here where the idea of even suggesting getting a PS5 is like disrespectful, bro. Like, it's like if they were to suggest that to a family member, they'd be like, nigga, like, do you care about us, bro? Like, do you care about yourself? Like, I mean, so like, I'm grateful, truly. But like, we should be socialists, we should be communists, we should be dead. Like, yeah, I mean, I really don't see this shit improving. I'm sorry about democracy and my contributions to the spread of it. What else is happening? One of the most oddball fucking comments of all time was uttered the other day by former NBA player Joakim Noah. If you don't know Joakim Noah, he's a NBA center. He played on the Chicago Bulls teams with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose famously tore his ACL, and I think it was 2011, 2012. And it was devastating for the team and for Derrick Rose, obviously, for the city of Chicago. Whatever. And this nigga Joakim Noah said Derrick Rose tearing his ACL reminded him of 9/11, which is nuts. And you get to the details of it, you kind of understand what he meant. What he said was like, it was sort of like 9/11 in terms of a very impactful event that is like kind of burned into his memory. Like, he remembered where he was. He remembered who he's with. He remembered what everything smelled like. So that's where it makes the most sense, like, as a comparison. But that's where it gets the funniest to me, because like, I remember what it smelled like. I remember who I was with, where I was. Like, nigga, we all remember that, nigga. You were on the floor with him. You were playing in the NBA game. Of course you remember who you were with, nigga. You were with Derrick Rose, the person who tore his ACL. What the fuck are you talking about? Remember what it smelled like? Nigga, of course you do. It smelled like sweat and popcorn. You were in an NBA arena. You remember where, like, remember where I was, nigga. You were in a United Center. We all remember it. We all saw you there, nigga. There was fucking like 18,000 people in the arena. Like, what are you talking about, dog? It's not like you were doing some like some fucking casual shit, like you were fucking mowing your lawn and you watched it on TV. Like, damn, I remember where I was. I remember what it smelled like. It's very easy to remember that moment. You would have probably remembered that moment even if he didn't tear his ACL, because you were playing in an NBA playoff game. Like, come on, dog. That'd be like if Jackie O was like, I remember when JFK was shot. Like, nigga, of course you do. Nigga, you were right next to him. You were fucking on the back of the car trying to scoop his brains back into his fucking head. Like, of course you remember this. Like, you were present. You were present for the moment. Like, I mean, like, it's like if you were in a building next to the Twin Towers when it went down, like, I remember exactly where I was when 9/11. I was like, nigga, yes, you were next to 9/11. That's fucking not next to 9/11, as if 9/11 it was the space and not the fucking event. But you know what I'm saying? Like what are you talking about, dog? That is so wild shit to say. Fucking just bonkers, but I love it. I'm so happy he said that, bro. Appreciate you, Joakim Noah. You were a formidable opponent for many NBA players during your run. Finally, we gotta give a quick shout out to Aaron Rodgers. If you don't know who Aaron Rodgers is, he's an NFL quarterback, one of the most talented and best quarterbacks of all time. And this nigga, this nigga just he just had to sit out. He has to sit out the game because he got tested positive for COVID. But what the problem is, he had let niggas to believe that he was vaccinated this whole time, and he wasn't. And now he got to deal with that wrath. But it's amazing. I got to shout out to the nigga. Like, faking the vaccine shit that's like actually sinister shit. Especially like if you're not gonna be wearing a mask and shit, which he wasn't. I love Aaron Rodgers. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Like he's probably my favorite quarterback. Period. But nigga, what are you doing, dog? Like that shit is basically like villainous. How dare you? But I gotta kind of give a shout out to this nigga for faking the funk that long. Like I'm gonna show the clip of what he said when they asked him if he was vaccinated like months ago.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Like that should have been a red flag, but like Aaron Rodgers not one of the type of niggas that you would think would be on some bullshit like that, where he like, you know what I mean? But like, hey, that's our fault for not holding his feet to the fire. Not our fault. I mean, I'm not a journalist, but damn, bro, that shit is amazing. I can't wait till he has to give a statement about this, cause, whoo boy, the NFL is gonna have to punish him, bro. This you can't be moving like that, though. That's nasty, bro. He had the fake vaccine card. I mean, I don't know if he did, because maybe he was like, maybe the team knew he was unvaccinated this whole time and nobody said nothing. But even that's crazy. Like, come on, bro, you can't have him out here faking the funk like that, especially after the off season Aaron Rodgers just had. If y'all don't know, Aaron Rodgers didn't want to play for the Packers anymore, the team he plays for his whole career. And so he had a whole summer where he was like, I'm not playing for them. He ain't coming to training camp. And then eventually they figured it out. He came back. And he's playing well. But that's crazy, dog. But anyway, on to Nobody's Ass Shawn. Send in your questions. Y'all never send any questions unless I put up a post. So send in questions when I put up a post on my Instagram or the Nobody Ass Shawn Instagram. You know what I mean? Fuck the Gmail account, I guess, at this point. Niggas I only ever got like 2 questions on the Gmail account. And I appreciate those, but whatever, dog. So let's do some fucking questions. First question, and I love this one. Has a girl ever asked you for money that didn't have the right to, and how did that turn out? This is something I say in response to a lot of questions on this show, but have you met me? Like, nigga, like, I am not the nigga you gonna come to for money, dog. Like, I've never been, like, SOD money gang out here, bro. Stacks on Deck money gang. Shout out to Tom Maria. But... Hey, no, nigga, hell no. That is hilarious to me, because, like, I'm just thinking about like, how desperate somebody would have to be to ask me for money, especially somebody I don't know. Like, because you saying that somebody who didn't have the right to that, so that would mean like somebody who's like I'm not close with, and that's even funnier because it's like I'm definitely broke from afar. I'm broke up close. Like, niggas know me, know I'm broke, but I'm definitely broke from afar too. Like, nigga, I'm not like, I've deliberately cultivated a social media presence that does not at all fake how I'm living out here as far as financially. Like, we all faking like how we feeling. I be fucking depressed all the time. I'm not gonna put that. I don't put that on social media as much anymore. But like, I've never pretended to be like, I don't have any money, though. Like, I don't like. You don't ever see me posting like I won the sneakers app raffle, or like I don't got no fucking jewelry. I don't have like, I wear hoodies and jeans, and it's not like Givenchy hoodies, nigga. It's like, this is Carhartt, dog. I got this from Bob's. Like, hell no. So how did it turn out? It didn't. In fact, I've tried to be a nigga who's tricked on women and like giving out money, and they were just like, "What are you doing, man? Like, keep that. You need that more than I could even. You need that more than me. I don't even need it." You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want you to have to part ways with that, because, come on, Shawn, like, you can't afford this. And it'll be like some light shit. I'll just be like, oh, go get your nails done. It's just like, LOL. So, nah, I've never had that concern, but I would love for it to happen, just so I could have that story to tell. You know what I mean? Just so so me and that person can have a laugh in the future about it. It's like, come on, man. Like, you asked me? Come on, man. Remember that time you asked me for money? And also, I would love to not be broke. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. What do I think about Summer Walker? I feel like if you asked me this question before, I feel like I've answered it, but maybe I cut it out of the episode. I think she's a talented musician. I don't really fuck with her music like that heavily, like, in terms of like, it's good. Not that I don't fuck with it. It's just like, I've never like, I don't love her music as much as like some other people, but it's good. But like, Summer Walker, the person, makes me not want to listen to Summer Walker's music. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, she's a fucking lunatic. But the way women fuck with Summer Walker make you want to be up on Summer Walker, yeah, I mean, for their sake. But as far as like, I mean, if I never listen to another Summer Walker song again, I'll be fine. But also, she is talented. Wigs and eyelashes or fake booty? What are you asking? Like, which one's worse or which one's better? Which one I prefer? I don't know, man. Like, there's some nice fake butts out there. So, I mean, There's some good fake butts out there. I don't really mind wigs and eyelashes. Yeah, I mean, it's all about how it's done. Honestly, I hate to be a cop out, but it's all about how well it's done. Yeah, I mean, I've seen really bad wigs and really bad eyelashes jobs, and I've also seen bad fake butts. But I've also seen good versions of both. So, I mean, it really depends. But I mean, I guess I have more personal fun with a fake butt than I would have with like, I mean, like I'm not. Can't squeeze an eyelash, you know what I mean? What is my dream vacation? I'm a lame ass nigga. Like my dream vacation truly is if I could have like at least a month, but maybe several months, even a whole year, where I could just fucking sit in a cabin and just read books and watch movies. Like just shit that I haven't had time to catch up on. Just dedicate my time to just that, because that's all I want to do most of the time. And right, you know what I mean? That's my dream vacation. It's not like going to a certain place. Like this place I want to go, but like my idea of vacation and most people's idea of vacation is different. Because most people's vacation is traveling, but my idea of vacation is vacation, as in like an extended period of time for leisure or recreation. You know what I mean? I would love to see like, you know what I mean, like Dubai, but like mostly I just want to like relax, not be working, and do shit I want to do. You know what I mean? Play a little basketball, watch some movies, do a little writing. That's it. Next question, which psychedelics would I like to try? I would say probably ayahuasca is the one I would like to check off my list at this point. But other than that, like, I've had my fun. What do I think about white people with dreadlocks? I try not to think about that, honestly. I try not to give them any brain space. You know what I mean? Any mental energy. Because I don't got no problem with white people having locks in the sense of like it's cultural appropriation or whatever the fuck was like. If you want to look stupid, that's fine with me. Like, yeah, I mean, you look silly, dog. Like, go rock out. However, white people with locks are in a space where like I don't want to see anything bad happen to them, but I wouldn't stop anything bad happen to them. If I saw a white person get beat up, I might try to jump in and break it up a little bit. But then if I looked up and I saw they had locks, I'd just be like, I understand, brother, my bad. Like, I mean, I would just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you did. I don't care what you did. You know what you did. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Fire bars from whoever came up with that. Yes, I think, like, I'm always fascinated by shit like that. Like, who came up with that phrase? You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of phrases that we use today that like are just unattributed, but like that are very commonplace. And like we live in a period of time today. Like I especially always try to attribute any kind of funny thing or something I saw to whoever did it. Like I repost a meme or whatever. I always try to include like the full post, not just cut out the part that's funny. I like include their name and whoever did it so niggas could like get their credit. But like there's a lot of shit like that. Like who's the first person who said I don't give a fuck? You know what I mean? We don't know who that person is, but that nigga changed the world. You know what I'm saying? Who's the person that said, yeah, I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different awesome little terminologies and phrases and shit and linguistic, you know what I mean, verbalistics that we don't really have the person to attribute it to. It that kind of makes me sad. But shout out to the nigga who said that woodchuck shit because yeah, I mean, it's a question that we've pondered for decades. Was A$AP Rocky Travis Scott before Travis Scott? In the sense that they make largely enjoyable music with very little interesting substance to it? Absolutely. But they're very different, especially because you can't give A$AP credit for being Travis Scott first because at least Travis Scott is actually from Houston. Better Anderson, West, or Paul Thomas? Come on, man. Don't do this to me. I will never answer this question. They're both great, equally in their own right. However, I most recently saw The French Dispatch, and this made me give it a even stronger appreciation for Wes Anderson than I already had, and he's already one of my favorite directors, but like, he might be my favorite. You know what I mean? Now that I think about it. That's probably just recency bias, but we talked about French Dispatch on this latest episode of Shawn International Film Festival. You should check it out. It's very good. But they're both great. I would never choose. What do I think about Boosie being the voice of the people? Which people, dog? Like, deeply closeted gay men who just can't, like, this nigga's... This nigga has to have the highest blood pressure on earth, dog. Like this, anytime this nigga logs onto Twitter, like this nigga be through the roof, bro. This nigga's the most triggered individual on earth, bro. This nigga's the voice of the people who wake up wanting to be upset. You know what I mean? Like the voice of the eager bigots. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen somebody who wanted to be more bigoted in my life, dog. Like relax. You remember that Tyler the Creator tweet where he would just like, I don't understand cyberbullying, just close your eyes? Like, that's how I feel about Boosie and like just stop. Stay away from Lil Nas X, dog. Like, you don't have to do this, dog. You don't have to see these things. You know what I mean? Get off of Twitter, bro. Just go hang out at your house and do the weird shit that you do already. You know what I mean? This nigga's nuts. Finally, what's a childhood movie that I loved as a kid that's disappointed as an adult? That's a good question. I haven't really revisited too many movies. Like it's like something like Space Jam. I recognized for years that Space Jam was bad. You know what I mean? But conversely, I would say like a movie that it has grown even higher in my estimation as an adult, and this is one I recommend a lot, is The Iron Giant, man. Like, and I liked The Iron Giant as a kid. I love The Iron Giant as a fucking adult. That's a great fucking movie. I've tried very hard to not be trapped in nostalgia of especially in terms of media. Like, dog, a lot of that shit sucked. But that's the segment for this week. That's the episode for this week. Drop that diamond in the comments if you made it this far. You know what the fuck to do. Shout out to everybody who does that. It's only like 70 y'all niggas again, but much love to each and every one of you. Check out Shawn Murray's International Film Festival. We got some good movies coming up. And if you are a listener of this podcast and you ever have a movie you wanted to talk about on a podcast with me, reach out to me. I mean, I'll fuck around with you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to expand my guest list. You know what I mean? So reach out if you want to talk about a movie. We could dig into it. But yeah, that's it. As always, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.